Okay, so I have a story to tell you guys. So I recently moved into this apartment that I'm in, and ow, I walk in. The first thing that I smell is fucking weed. Also, I open the refrigerator. There's fucking mold and there's dead bugs, like dead gnats, in the fucking refrigerator. On top of the refrigerator, I look on top. There is bottles on bottles on bottles of Hennessy, fucking whiskey, all the wines and alcohol that you could think of is on top of that fucking refrigerator. And I'm making this video because why are we as a young generation so dependent on these fucking drugs, on smoking weed, drinking alcohol, getting high, always having to be high on something? Why are we so dependent on it? Now, me personally, I don't need to be high at all to enjoy my life. I mean, every now and again, if I'm in a public space and people they pass me it, I might take a puff. But that's like maybe once a year, right? Maybe one, and even then, whenever they're trying to give it to me, I'm like, I don't really need to do that. I'm fine, And of course, peer pressure, people are trying to make you do it, but even still, I'm like, nah, I'm good. But there are these people, and it is so widespread in our generation, that are so fucking codependent on these vices and these drugs and these alcohol. Like, bro, it's sad, and it's getting to the point where it's fucking affecting my life. You guys are so drug addicted that it is affecting other people's lives that aren't even in your life. Like, your roommates, they shouldn't have to walk in the fucking apartment and be hit by a weed smell. They shouldn't have to walk in the apartment and there's fucking bottles of alcohol everywhere. I know I might sound like a Karen or something, but I just feel like that's just common consideration, or at least check in with, who you're staying with, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's been so long since some of you have experienced life without those substances that you are literally different people. It has changed you. And it physically changes people too. Like, you'll go out in public, and have you ever seen a person that you can kind of tell they smoke a lot? You could kind of tell they drink a lot because their mannerisms are slower. They're like say you're talking to somebody, like I'll see it whenever I was working at fucking Walmart this summer. There were, kids that would walk in, obviously high as shit, high as a kite. And they would be like, they come to the register. I was a cashier. I would be checking them out fast as shit. And then they come up to the register slow as fuck with like a 6-pack of whatever, right? And then I'd be like, swipe your card. And they'd just be staring off into space like they're an old person. I just think that us as a society, we need to kind of get a hold on that. I don't know if don't fucking raise the drinking age. I don't know. Is there even a solution to this problem? I don't think there is, honestly. That wouldn't be super controversial. But I just implore a lot of you younger viewers of mine, because I'm young, I'm Gen Z. I just implore a lot of you guys to just stay off the drugs, man. Like, you don't need that. Trust me when I tell you, you do not need to be on drugs, period. I can understand taking a multivitamin, right? I can understand taking like things that are actually good for you, right? But constantly fucking drinking, smoking, doing all these different things, it has no benefit to you. Maybe it helps you relax. There's gonna be some guy in my comments like, oh, there's actually this benefit. No, I'm not. No, you don't need that shit, bro. You're just coping, pretty much. But like I said, it's so bad. Like, I'm gonna keep telling you guys stories. Like, I had a roommate that did the. I'm gonna let you guys put together what that is. I had a roommate that did that. That was in a fraternity, and it literally kind of it slowed him down over time. Like his grades got dramatically worse. Like from whenever he got in college, that first semester, he was just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna be really good. He was going to the library. He was always working hard. He was always on his shit, right? Soon as he like kind of finished getting into his frat, right? As soon as he got in and they started doing that, his grades took a nosedive. You know why? Because he was on that shit. He couldn't focus. And he was always, it was the drugs and the women. So, yeah, man, like I said, that shit just can fuck your whole life up. You don't need to be on that, bro. It's so unnecessary, bro. It is so unnecessary. And also, the people around you don't want to smell it, quite frankly. We do not want to be around motherfuckers that constantly are high as a kite. They smell like it, and their house smells like it, and it's seeping into the walls, staining in the walls. It's just unhygienic too. It fucking stains your teeth, fucks up your brains. Aren't you literally burning brain cells? Your lungs, your liver. You can get and for all my drinkers out there, you get what, liver cirrhosis. Look that up. But I just think that a lot of this shit just really needs to stop, especially in my generation, because it's become so normalized. Like, I've gone to bars, right? Like, and I'll go to these bars completely sober. They'll be trying to pregame and shit like that. Like, oh, let's pregame, you know, let's fucking, you know, let's get a little tipsy before we go, right? And I'm like, no, hard no, I don't do it. And I'll go completely sober, just to really analyze the surroundings, just to really, you know, study the environment and really see how these people are going to act in this environment. And it is a fucking zoo. You'll go and you'll see people literally acting crazy whenever they get a little alcohol in their system. And some people, they just have drink after drink after drink after drink, and they just keep going. And people don't understand that shit adds up. People wondering why they're so overweight and fat. Because you're drinking constantly. That's why. Literally. And another thing is, like, you'll be at these bars and you'll ask for, like, oh, can I just get a water? Can I just get a Sprite? Like, just a regular drink, like a regular beverage. And they'll look at you like you're crazy or something. Like you've lost your mind. Like, I feel like that's insane. Why am I crazy for wanting to not have any alcohol? How the fuck am I supposed to get home if I'm drunk? I'm not allowed to drunk drive. So it just doesn't make sense. The whole culture doesn't make sense. It's just like, it's literal poison we're putting into our bodies, but it's so encouraged. Even though it kills a lot of people every year. But I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just chatting, is what a lot of this generation would say. I just think a lot of people should really just rethink doing that, and kind of just really like, look at the people that were on it and then they got off it, and look how their life improved after that shit, bro. You do not need to be popping an Addy every time you need to do some homework or do some work in general. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I can understand, hey, we all have our vices. I drink coffee, right? But that's not as bad as, you know, smoking and drinking every fucking day, right? But, I don't know, man. I just think it needs to stop. I just think it's kind of getting to the point in our society where it's just it's starting to get kind of cringe, honestly. Oh, what are you drinking? Such and such. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. For me, it don't even taste good. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. More coming soon. I'm sorry for the break I took. It's been like 2 to 3 weeks because I had to move in my apartment. I mentioned it last video. But yeah, y'all be safe.